Welcome back. If you're a homeowner, or honestly, anyone who manages a property, you know there are few things more anxiety-inducing than a sudden plumbing emergency. It's the worst, right? Well, today our goal in this explainer is to completely decode this messy situation. We're going to walk through some top-tier insights straight from the pros at Dr. Drain. Specifically, we're zeroing in on the two many methods they use to solve stubborn clogs, so you know exactly how to handle your next pipe predicament. I mean, just picture the scenario. You go to drain the bathroom sink, or maybe you're running a load of laundry, or you just flush the toilet, and the water, well, it just doesn't go down. Or even worse, it starts coming back up. No way, right? That sinking feeling of panic sets in literally immediately. So what do you actually do when your drain backs up? How on earth do you even begin to decide between the professional solutions available when the plumber finally arrives? It's an incredibly stressful moment for sure, and that is exactly why understanding these processes ahead of time is so incredibly valuable for us.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap to solving your pipe problems today. First up, the drain backup dilemma. Then, contender 1, power rotting, followed by contender 2, hydrojetting. After that, we've got the head-to-head matchup, and finally, making the right call.
Section 1. The drain backup dilemma, a universal problem.
You know, clogs really are a universal problem. They happen in those charming old houses and brand new constructions alike. I mean, look at this list from Dr. Drain. Bathtubs, bathroom sinks, kitchen drains, laundry drains, toilets, floor drains, and, yep, even storm drains. Clogs absolutely do not discriminate by room. Whether you live in a tiny apartment or a massive estate, you undoubtedly have at least one of these potential trouble spots. It's really not a matter of if it'll happen, but when. And when they do hit, they completely disrupt your life until you get the right professional intervention to get things flowing again.
Section 2, Contender 1, Power Rotting.
If you think about plumbing repairs like a boxing match against a nasty clog, well, power rotting is the direct mechanical punch of the plumbing world. It's a method that uses a rotating or pushing cable, which usually has these specialized heads on it, to literally break apart and pull back whatever material is causing the blockage. Just imagine this strong, flexible cable physically punching right through a tough stoppage in the pitch dark of your pipes, breaking it all into little pieces so the water can actually flow again.
So where does this method shine? Power rotting is absolutely best for localized clogs. We're talking about things like compacted hair in the shower drain, or maybe a small object somebody accidentally dropped down the bathroom sink. Because it targets the obstruction so directly, power rotting is generally the faster, highly practical option for these straightforward routine clogs. But, and this is a big but, our source notes a very important limitation. It really struggles with long-term buildup along the pipe walls, like that stubborn scale or a thick, nasty grease film. It basically just pokes a hole straight through the blockage rather than cleaning out the whole pipe.
Section 3, Contender 2, Hydrojetting.
Now, when that mechanical punch just isn't enough, it's time to bring in the heavy artillery. And this brilliantly illustrates our next method, hydrojetting. This utilizes super high-pressure water to scour the inside of your pipes, actively flushing debris and washing away all those accumulated deposits. Instead of just pushing a tiny hole through a problem area like the rotting does, hydrojetting acts like a massive wall-to-wall power washer, scouring the absolute inside of your plumbing. It literally blasts away all the accumulated gunk.
Because of that sheer power, hydrojetting is ideal for widespread buildup and preventative maintenance. It provides a far more complete clean. But there is a massive caveat here from the experts at Dr. Drain. This method requires a really careful assessment of your pipe material first. Why? Well, the extreme high pressure of the water can actually damage vulnerable sections of older pipes or even blow out failing joints. It's incredibly powerful, but it definitely demands real caution and professional expertise.
Section 4, the head-to-head matchup.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the stark contrast in what these two tools actually target. Check this out. Power rotting removes things like compacted hair and small objects, but hydrojetting, it removes scale, grease film, and biofilm. Think about that difference for a second. Rotting clears the solid obstruction, sure, but it leaves behind all that stubborn, sticky scale and grease stuck to the pipe walls. Jetting, on the other hand, flushes all of that accumulated deposit entirely out of the system.
Of course, we also have to weigh the practical trade-offs here, like cost and timing. Power rotting is a very direct, shorter service, making it a highly efficient first step. It gets the job done quickly,
Hydrojetting, meanwhile, usually costs more upfront, but it yields much better long-term results for those frustrating recurring issues. While costs will always vary depending on your specific location and how difficult the pipes are to access, rotting is generally going to be your quicker, cheaper fix. Jetting, though, is more of a solid investment to protect your home against repeat backups.
Section 5. Making the right call.
All right, our goal here is to really empower you to make an informed decision the next time you face a plumbing crisis. So let's walk through these exact decision-making steps. Step 1, consider the clog type. Is it just a localized, single object, or is it widespread buildup? Step 2, consider the pipe condition. Do your pipes actually have the structural integrity to handle high-pressure water? And step 3, match the symptoms to the cause. For example, if it's an isolated backup in just one sink, rotting is probably totally fine. But if you have slow drainage across multiple fixtures in the house or repeated backups week after week, that widespread symptom usually points straight to hydrojetting.
So, the crucial point is really captured by this advice from Dr. Drain. They say, ultimately, the safest way to choose is to have a qualified technician evaluate the drain and, when appropriate, inspect the line. You really don't have to guess here. The absolute best route is a tailored approach, starting with a professional video camera inspection inside the pipe. That way they can see exactly what is going on down there before choosing the best tool for the job.
Which leaves us with this final question to ponder. Is your clog a one-time fix, or is it hiding a much larger problem? Choosing between power rotting and hydrojetting entirely depends on whether this is just a freak accident of a dropped object or a systemic issue that's going to keep coming back to haunt your plumbing. The next time the water stops flowing, keep this explainer in mind, ask your technician the right questions, and you'll get things moving again in no time. Thanks so much for learning with us today.